Alright, so let's get things going. We're gonna start off on Elevation with Peasy versus Warmachine. Peasy currently being ranked 1, the yellow nod on the left side of the map, versus Warmachine on the right side being the blue nod. Warmachine being the disciple of Peasy. We're gonna see how much he has learned during all the practice between the two players. Both players opt up for the slight MCV move, going upwards and hiding behind this little rock or tree formation, which makes it good block to actually defend against any kind of pushes that tries to snipe your MCV. Also, you get access to all 3 Tiberian fields pretty easily by doing this build, so this is a very good start for both players. They're just doing the normal power plant into hand and nod build, sending out scouts, a little bit of minigunners and flamers for PC, as we see mostly flamers for Warmachine. 2 refineries out for both players, one in the upward crawl place, and then we have one on the left side here. This is very good for both players. They're just doing the standard moves. You don't want to have more than one refiner on each side down here in the middle of your base, because places on the other side of the map, both players doing the exact same build, going 3 refineries, probably going to go for a airstrip from both players now and see if any one of them can apply any pressure here. And additionally, with these kinds of Tiberian fields, you don't want to have more than 2 harvesters per field, or else you're gonna mine them out very quickly. We can see PC hasn't really scouted more than just like up until where the scout denial from Warmachine is on all sides. Warmachine has slightly worse vision, but both players have pretty much what you would expect at this point in the game. If both players are good, you will not get any scouting off. We see the airstrip coming down slightly faster than Warmachine. There we go. It's like a 5-6 second delays. We see one buggy come out before we actually have the first buggy. I don't know if Warmachine has forgot to build. It looks like it. Oh yeah, there we have the first buggy coming in for Warmachine, whereas we already have 3 buggies out for PC. Peasy's gonna be in the lead for a little while here. Let's see if he can do anything with this small timing. Probably not. If he would go on the offense here, there will be reinforcements coming in to defend for Warmachine at the same time. So it's really hard to just take the lead with 1 or 2 extra buggies. The other player would easily be able to defend. We see actually going up to 5 refineries here for both players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, both players are on 5 refineries. This is usually where you switch over and get a second airstrip and try to make something of it. You see PC just beautifully microing back the units that are on low health, making sure that he gets the full advantage of having fewer units in this fight. Will he be able to go out of this? No, he needs to retreat very fastly here. We see a lot of reinforcements back home in the base though, so he still has the huge lead of units. None of the players have expanded anymore. It's very low money for Warmachine, but PC still rolling lots of money. If he is building his second airstrip right now, he's going to be in such a huge lead. It seems like the money starts to even out. Could be that it's just the ref placements here. These harvesters are going in way more efficient into the refineries than you can see here. They are going all around to go into the refineries, which actually makes a little bit of difference, and will, as longer the game goes, the more the difference it will be. We see the second strip coming in from below, and we also see PC immediately starts to crawl to expand his economy in the south. Whereas we have the second strip out for Warmachine as well, and also starting to crawl south. He's slightly behind here. We're going to see a refinery very soon from PC. Quite equal armies. None of the players are able to just attack straight in. PC's going for the scout. He wants to see what is going on in Warmachine's base here. Just, chilling, going through. Warmachine just sees the army here. PC's like, 1 buggy, I can afford that to get the full scout off. Oh, it gets blocked by that refinery beautifully, and the flamer kills it off. But he has his first refinery down in the bottom, slightly before Warmachine. Warmachine opts in for the hand of nod to have a defensive position though, so that's very, very good. Whatever you do now, it's gonna be like, try and fight for the chokes, make sure that the other player can't get through, you get a good concave. This field here is usually where a lot of players opt for it, but you shouldn't really go for this field unless you're very, very sure that you can just stand here with a huge army and control it. Otherwise it's gonna be snipe fest for your harvesters. It's usually better to, like, you can crawl down from up here, take this field, or just go for the field down here, and then eventually you're gonna fight for the one down there. So PC going in, trying to sneak around. make something of it, but he just throws away 2 or 3 units there, 2 buggies and a Rico bike I think, but he gets the full scout off, so he's gonna be happy with his scouting. Just like we see, yeah, Harvester's out on the field, he needs to stay here and just protect it. Puts up a concave down from the bottom here as well, just trying to sandwich the army of Warmachine. Oh, he actually beautifully does so. See, a lot of units getting stuck, a lot of units getting killed off while they're backing off. Peasy needs to move this army up a little bit to just make sure he still has the perfect concave, or yeah, but it looks like he's gonna win the fight anyways. Yeah, there we go, he goes for the reinforcements. At the same time he's going to try something sneaky in the bottom, but Warmachine is already on top of it with a defensive force, but he is winning heavily in the top side of the map. Wow, 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 what will happen from here? We will see. Could he go for a snipe on one of the refineries? Probably. But second refinery up for both players. We see the comm center for Peace actually, so he has full awareness of the map at the moment, but it looks like he will get a snipe on one of the refineries before being forced into retreat by that turret coming out. He could go for the fast turret snipe, but he will get killed by reinforcements under turret fire, which is not optimal. Warmachine really needed to use this army to try and push this away and maybe do something in return here, but we see a very nice turret standing in the back here, blocked off by that power plant in front, so it's not going to be easy to attack the turret. He needed to kill the power plant first before even being able to go for that turret. Otherwise, all their units are gonna get stuck. We see a small little skirmish down here. It's the units that was just sneaking around, but at the same time he's attacking it up in the main base. He knows that his opponent is not as optimal at multitasking, it seems like. But it's still, yeah, well, the turrets are coming down for Warmachine, trying to defend this, but there's so many units just standing in a better position. But these units down here, they're gonna get surrounded beautifully by Peasy, by Warmachine now, so he's gonna get 3 kills on this, but will he be able to defend his MCV? He's repairing it with everything he can and just trying to kill unit after unit. Peasy might actually have overcommitted on that MCV. It looks like it is gonna lose so many units by trying to get that MCV without getting it. This is actually working in Warmachine's favor, but we don't see him time to look at Peasy's money. He's just bankrolling so much money. He will be able to rebuild so much. Has also already taken control of the midfield. He's going to take control of the upper midfield as well. But we see Warmachine smells weakness and he's on the hunt. He knows that he can do a push down there, probably up here as well. He has the unit advantage after that try on the MCV snipe. Will Peasy be able to defend this, or will he just lose his newly built forward base? And we see a turret coming up, and we have one turret back there and a Rico bike. Both of them are just trying to hold on. See, the first and second turrets are up here for Warmachine as well, but he's going to be able to kill off that Rico bike for free. Same time, we just see him camping up on the hit field here, making sure that Peasy is not going to be able to harvest from this field anymore. And he's almost out of Tiberian here, almost here. Main base left side is out of Tiberian, right side is almost out, so both fields are out for Warmachine. Still has a little bit more in the upper part of his base, but Peasy really needs to regain control of this part of the Tiberium if he wants to get any more money from the top, or just reroute all these harvesters down to the south. But we have a very huge army rolling in from Warmachine. Unfortunately, there are no recon bikes to handle the turrets, so they get pushed back hardly by the dual turrets just standing there. Warmachine really needs to pick up and build some recon bikes as well into the mix to be able to handle turrets, but he is pushing at multiple fronts, but seeing as there's no recon bikes in any of the armies, he's just getting pushed back. Double turrets, one turret, double turrets. A little bit of units in a choke, so yeah. Maybe he'll try to go for the units in the choke and get in, take a power plant or a refinery here as a snipe. But it's still gonna be hard. We see him blocking off the choke already. Warmachine will not be able to move in with all his units and get an optimal attack formation. But he's just reinforcing with so many buggies. Both players are running pretty low on money right now, but yeah, still a little bit in Peasy's favor, it looks like, since he has 3 harvesters down here and 1 in the middle, and he gets a snipe on Warmachine's harvester. Will it get away? Probably not, because it's going downwards. Oh my god, it gets sniped off. This harvest field is gonna get entirely farmed out by Peasy. Get the little money that's there. See Warmachine holding the mid top. Oh, we see an obelisk light. That's some badass shit. That's not seen very often, but very good position here. Like his dual turrets, 1 turret, and yeah, dual turrets up here as well. And obelisk cannot be attacked unless you go all the way around. This is gonna be a super defensive building, making sure he can hold the Tiberium here in the bottom. He does not have any army to go for the full control while these harvesters are gonna go in and try and do something about that Tiberium. But at the same time, we see Warmachine, he's just defending his harvester on this field up here. making a very good job at so, but he does not get the deny of pieces though. They have a very equal army here. Will he be able to kill off this army, or will he lose? It's pretty tight here, but PC has low health on so many units, but slowly but surely Warmachine is dropping health on all his units. Seems like we have better focus fire from PC here. They're moving around their armors in the bottom as well, but Warmachine cannot go forward. That damn obelisk is just in the way. And he knows that he cannot retreat with the army either. Oh, we have two harvesters just standing there hugging each other with the buggies. Not giving any money to Warmachine. This is really, really bad. Yeah, he knows that he cannot retreat with the army from the bottom to go up and help out and do the push here. But if you do, this little army here is just going to run straight in and mop up the refiners in the bottom. You see Warmachine, however, he takes advantage when the army is split here and forces the kill on the little smaller army on the top. But he's going to lose a harvester for it, so that's what's happened when... That's why he split up the army, but he's going to get a harvester in return here. Ooh, very beautiful. It's going to be a one big fight for these two small Tiberian fields now. We see Warmachine is trying to crawl out. Both players are still have their MCV up. Nothing is sold yet. Peasy is kind of going for some power plant snipes here. He's just doing whatever to harass him. He still has the favor here with having this Tiberian field, but he's currently letting Warmachine harvest for free down there. Not sure why, but yeah. I mean, he could bait him into these turrets if he takes a fight down there, but... Oh, he's using... Oh, we see the SSMs coming in. They're gonna be a beast since we all only have buggies here. SSMs are really, really hard. They just burn up the buggies like they're nothing. We see a really smart harvester from Peasy going in, suiciding inside of the base. Peasy's, you know, like, I don't like this. Warmachine notices that, oh, well, I can't really do anything more up here. There's not enough Tiberium to do anything useful. I'm not gonna be able to take this, so he sold his MCV. That's why we have an engineer here as well. So he's gonna try and make something of all this money. We actually have a Temple of Nod for PC here. A lot of SSMs just moving around the map. SSMs are getting sniped off very fast though. Warmachine knows that he cannot leave those alive because they are just gonna obliterate his army if they're able to just stand around and shoot. If you fail to micro at one point of the game, you're gonna get sniped off. You're gonna lose like 3 or 4 buggies by just 1 or 2 SSMs sniping off. There's a little small skirmish down here that Warmachine actually is on top of, and well, he's gonna win the fight in the bottom, but up here it looks like very much in Peasy's favor. Peasy is still on 2.7k and he hasn't sold his MCV. He has a Temple of Nod. He can just play the waiting game. He has a second Obelisk of Light, making sure that this field is 100% denied now. It's pretty much only this field that's available for Warmachine at the moment, but to be able to harvest from here, he needs to crush this army. He only has... Looks like he only has 1 harvester and it's dead. It got sniped by the obelisk. So Warmachine has no money at all. And is just holding on for everything he got. But, you know, PC is just currently sitting on so much money. He has the reinforcements back here and here. And if he wants to, he can just wait and wait until he sees the moment and just drop a nuke on the army. And Buggies die. It's one of the few units that actually dies to a nuke. So this looks like it's gonna be Peasy's game, but he cannot relax just yet, unless he wants to get sniped. I mean, Warmachine cannot advance in the bottom. It's gonna be impossible to take out dual obelisks and like 4 turrets, but in the top, something would be able to be done. Why is there a blue SSM here? I think the game has gone haywire. There should not be able to be any blue SSMs on the map. So yeah, seeing as you need the Obelisk of Light tech to be able to build SSMs, and also you can see they are not firing at each other, which they would have done if they were opponents. But yeah, Warmachine is going full infantry, and a couple of light tanks. Light tanks are actually very good versus buggies, but there's not many recon bikes, if any, left, so light tanks actually crush buggies pretty hard, and all this infantry is just standing around protecting his last buildings. Moving in with light tank, he loses all of his units to the SSMs except for the light tanks. 1 or 2 light tanks are unfortunately not gonna cut it. Also the turrets are very strong versus those poor light tanks. We get a snipe on the hand of Nod. He's just moving around, trying not to get killed by all this infantry, chasing his poor buggies and recon bags. It's gonna eventually get picked off here. But yeah, well, it's not like he's gonna be able to push back with it. Just look at the bankroll from Peasy. Oh my god. He's still just reinforcing. I would love to see him go like some MLRS or flame tanks or whatever, but I'm still really confused as why this is blue. Well, it looks like this game is gonna be over very shortly here. It's gonna be one final push for Warmachine here. He's gonna can I get through here? The SSMs versus infantry, it's gonna be a beast. He needs to oh, look at that beautiful barbecue. He needs to bait out the shots from the SSMs with his light tanks, but I don't think he can do it. Look at that, beautiful. They just crush anything that gets close. He's currently just backing off. He's gonna... Oh, nuclear weapon launch. Boom. All the infantry dies immediately. But as you can see, light tanks are almost invulnerable to nukes. But would it have been buggies, they would just instantly die. This is the last army of Warmachine, and the victor of this match is gonna be Peasy. So he's just moving in. Yeah, there we go. The quit is there, boys. Very good game between the two. It took 17 minutes, which is not what I would have expected. So it's, I mean, I must say that because Peasy is a very high level player. Warmachine, however, has been practicing quite a lot as of lately versus Peasy and all the other players. So I'm very impressed by how long he held out, and he has improved quite a lot. Well played, Warmachine. Thank you very much for this game, and Peasy got that victory. Looked like it could be anybody's game in the beginning of the game, but the longer the game went, Peasy got the map control and made sure that no money went into Warmachine's war chest. Thank you very much for this game, and see you around.